All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the January 11th, Thursday NHL Quick Hit for this 13-game slate. If you guys are new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton over here. And if you are not a member yet, head over to SHIPITNation.com. Click on Join Now and get into the best community in the industry for the cheapest all-in rate. We got PGA on tap. We got NBA. We got NHL. We got NFL playoffs. We got you covered. UFC as well. We got you covered for each and every single sport you need. But NHL, got 13 games. Let's talk about it. First stack that I'm going to talk about today here is the chalk of the slate. It's going to be these Winnipeg Jets here. Get a matchup at home against the Blackhawks. Blackhawks, worst team on the road this season over the last 10 games. They allow the most high danger chances as well. Winnipeg, sixth best home scoring team in the entire NHL. Great plays, great price points on these guys. Nico Ehlers, 6.8K, good price point for him. Josh Morrissey has good upside at the D position, 6,800. I don't love him, but he's a fine option as a power play stack here. Cole Perfetti's been playing great hockey right now, second line, second power play. His two line mates with Namestnikov and Alex Iafallo, that's a good three-man stack there if you're looking for a little bit differentiation off of that top line. But the top line, Ehlers, Scheifele, and Gabe Vilardi here, my favorite line to go to. Really like the price on Gabe. Here at 5.7K. Scheifele's got a fair price point, as does Ehlers, really good price. And then this third line, don't sleep on this third line with Adam Lowry, Mason Appleton, and Nito Niederreiter. Winnipeg, chalkiest team on the slate, highest implied team total on the slate. Good stack overall. Really like them here. Going to probably my second favorite stack of the night here. I think this one gets a little bit overlooked here. It's going to be Buffalo. Buffalo on home ice against Ottawa here. 7 is the total in this one. Really like the spot. Rasmus Dahlin, one of my favorite spend-up demons on the whole slate, gets a very, very good matchup here against Ottawa. Top line, top power play. I really like that. This top line in Tage Thompson, Victor Olofsson, and Alex Tuch. Really like this spot overall. So really like Buffalo line 1. Adam Dahlin. Love Buffalo here on home ice. You can jump into the second line with Quinn, Peterka, and Cousins. But I really like this top line if I'm going to them. Alex Tuch has a really nice price point as well. So I really like that spot overall. Jumping into another team that you can have interest in here is going to be Toronto on the road. Toronto's playing great hockey right now. Now get a matchup in New York on the road. Toronto's won 4 straight here. Scored 7 goals last game against San Jose at home. Now coming in New York here, scored 11 goals in the last 2 games. I think they could put another 4 or 5 up here on the Islanders. Islanders been pretty leaky on home ice overall. My favorite is probably the second line with Bertuzzi, Tavares, and William Nylander. Nylander was one of my favorite spend-ups on the entire slate. He's averaging 22 DraftKings points per game over the last 5. 8,900 for him, really nice spot. Mitchell Marner's also been playing great. Austin Matthews obviously has arguably the most upside on the entire slate anytime he's on it. But I do prefer the second line with Bertuzzi, Nylander, and John Tavares if coming to Toronto here. Looking at another team you can go to here that I like quite a bit here is Edmonton in this spot. Edmonton has a pretty good matchup overall. Detroit, pretty leaky on home ice. Edmonton's been the best road scoring team in the entire NHL over the last 10 games. They got a good advantage here overall. Really like the spot. Nugent Hopkins, Hyman, McDavid. Really like that 3-man stack. And if you want to get a little bit cheaper, going to Warren Fogle, who's got a very nice price point at 3.8K. Mick Leod and Leon Draisaitl, that second line. You get a little discount off that top line. They're in great price, great matchups overall. So I love Edmonton here in this spot. Edmonton, great stack here tonight. Looking at another team that's probably going to be under-owned here just because it's not a very good hockey team overall. But Montreal just goes up against the worst hockey team here in San Jose. Montreal is coming on a back-to-back, obviously losing overtime game last night, 3-2 to Philly. But I like going right back to the well here. Like the flop leg spot on guys like Cole Caulfield here. Caulfield draws a great matchup here against the Sharks. Let me down last night, but his two line mates was Slavkovsky and Suzuki. Very good pairing there. This top power play for Caulfield. Really like that. Sean Monahan here, third liner, but he's getting top power play time at 4K flat. He's a fine value play. And then the second line with Gallagher, Evans, and Anderson. Overall, these Montreal pieces are very cheap. Gets the best matchup now in the league against the Sharks here. So I do like Montreal quite a bit here at home. And then the last team I have interest in is the New York Rangers here on the road in St. Louis. Really like this second line for New York. Trocheck, Lafreniere, and Artemi Panarin. The second line for the Rangers is playing incredible. I like second liners more on the road. Now they get a road matchup here against St. Louis, who's pretty leaky overall. So I really like New York Rangers line 2 here if going to the Rangers. Jumping into some value plays. First value play at the center position that I'll bring up is Sean Monahan. Talked about liking Montreal here. Third liner, top power play, though. He's going to play close to 20 minutes. He's averaging over 2.5 shots on net per game, 4K flat for him. Really like that play. Going back to Winnipeg. Winnipeg, heaviest favorite on the slate. Jumping down to that third line with a guy like Adam Lowry, who's been playing great lately. He's going to get 16-plus minutes here as well, 3.5K. Adam Lowry on the highest implied team total on the slate, I think, is a solid value play overall. Another value play that's playing great hockey right now, he's averaging nearly 12 DraftKings points per game over the last 5, is Alex Wennberg here. Gets a matchup against Washington, which isn't the greatest, but he is getting power play time as well here. Again, averaging nearly 12 DraftKings points per game, taking over 2 shots per game. Alex Wennberg at 3.3K is a solid value play at the center position. And then the last value guy I'll bring up, 3.2K Max Domi here for Toronto. Really like the spot for Toronto on the road. He's getting power play time as well. I'm not going to play a ton of minutes, probably 13 to 14 minutes. So does need to be productive when he's out there, but does have some ceiling in this spot. Islanders ranked 30th in the league against center. So Max Domi going to round out the value centers on the slate that you can take a look at. Jumping into some value wings. This guy was a hero for me the other night when I shipped everything on DraftKings here. Dylan Guenther, 3.8K. Like going right back to the well with him. He's going to play 15 to 17 minutes here. He's averaging 4 shots on goal per game since he's taken the start there for the Arizona Coyotes. Third line, top power play, skating next to Bjugstad and Cooley. Overall, really like this price point on him, 3.8K. Solid one-off there in the value wing position. Another 3.8K value wing on one of my favorite stacks of the night, Edmonton. It's a 7 over-under in this game. Warren Foegele skating next to Leon Draisaitl. 3.8K for him. Foegele, great play. He's averaging over 3.5 shots on net per game over the last 5. Very active, sub 4K for him. Very good play overall. Going back to Toronto here, Cale Jarnkrok. Really like Toronto in this spot. Talked about it. Cale Jarnkrok, 3.5K, averaging over 2.5 shots on goal per game. Not going to play a ton of minutes, but getting power play time as well at sub 5 or 4K. I think he's a solid option. And then the last value guy I will bring up is Slavkovsky here for Montreal. Probably butchered that name, but that's all right. Top line, top power play for Montreal at home ice against San Jose. 3.6K for him. Really like that price point. He's playing close to 20 minutes, so do like him quite a bit in this spot. Jumping into some value demons, you can take a look at first value demon, Tyler Myers for Vancouver here. 3.2K, going to play close to 20 minutes. He's averaging over 10 DraftKings points per game over the last 5, and he's 3.2K. So I really like that. Another value play, Toronto, Timothy Liljegren, 3.6K. Playing over 20 minutes. He's going to block shots. He gets a good matchup here against the Islanders. Getting power play time as well. Timothy Liljegren at 3.6K. Solid value play overall. Going back to Winnipeg, heaviest favorite on the slate, Nate Schmidt. I've been riding the train with Nate Schmidt. DraftKings still hasn't hardly moved his price at all. He's 2.8K. Really like Nate Schmidt here. He's been playing great hockey. 2.8K for him. Too cheap in a matchup against Chicago. Heaviest implied team total on the slate. Really like Nate Schmidt. And then the last guy I'll bring up is Gustav Forsling here. 3.8K. Gets a tough matchup against LA, but he's been very active. He's playing over 20 minutes. He's got a floor right around 10 to 12 DraftKings points over the last 5. Gustav Forsling going to round out the value D-man on this slate for me. Jumping into my favorite goalies that I'm looking at. My favorite spin-up goalie on the entire slate is Connor Hellebuyck here at home against Chicago. Heaviest favorite on the slate. Connor Hellebuyck, great goalie overall. Just crushed for me against Columbus. He's won 5 straight games. I think he continues here, makes it 6 straight. Connor Hellebuyck, 8.5K. Really like him. I think my favorite goalie for GPPs is going to be Joey Daccord here. 7.8K, gets a matchup in Washington. He's been playing out of his mind. Has won 6 straight as well. Hasn't allowed over 2 goals in any of those games. Really like Joey Decord at 7.8K. Another goalie you can have in that above 8K range, Sam Montembeault here for Montreal. Like Montreal to win this game against the Sharks. Montembeault at 8.2K, I think, has some upside, so I don't mind him. And then the one goalie that is cheaper that I do have interest in is Cam Talbot, 7.3K. It is a tough matchup against Florida in Florida here, but 7.3K, the Kings are a great hockey team here. This game could go both ways. He's going to have save upside overall. So Cam Talbot at 7.3K in GPPs, I think you can definitely have some interest in. That's going to do it for this edition of the NHL Quick Hit. As always, my final content slate plan core plays will be live for SHIPIT Nation subscribers. If you're not a member yet, head over to shipitnation.com and click on join now. Get access to all of the premium content, including my NHL content that continues to crush. We've been smashing in the NHL streets over here at the Nation, looking to keep it rolling. But good luck tonight in your contest. Hope to see those SHIPIT Nation logos at the top. For myself, Nadesify, let's ship it.